Hi, everybody. Hi, families and guardians. My name is Chris Farley. I am a seventh grade U.S. history teacher this year, and I am in the process of teaching your child U.S. history in seventh grade. And just wanted to give you some information on my class in this video format, since we won't be having an in-person open house. First of all, I'm thrilled to be back in the building 5 days a week, and I'm thrilled to be working with your child this year. A little bit about my course. We are going to be studying this year American history from the ancient Native American period to the Civil War and the Reconstruction period. So we cover American history up to about the year 1865 at the end of the American Civil War. I will be connecting, and all students currently in my classes have access to my Google Classroom page. We use Google Classroom as the primary mode of online communication, although I do have a secondary site that we use for quizzes and tests. Google Classroom will be where most of our connections with students and with families will be. So I encourage you to join the Google Classroom site that your child has already signed up for. That will be the best way for you to stay connected to what's going on in your child's classroom. Brief overview of my class. As I said, we study U.S. history up to the American Civil War. We have a ton of activities and a ton of materials that we use to basically bring history to life in seventh grade social studies. I use a lot of video. We use a lot of primary source documents to cover the period, and we are going to challenge your child this year, and we're going to make sure that they're as busy as they can be in social studies and as productive as they can be to help them as they move up the ladder toward high school. Grading expectations for my class, in addition to Google Classroom, in addition to the content that I store on Google Classroom, here's my grading information. Excuse me for just a second as I have an announcement being set in my classroom. We've got a construction project going on, so there's a lot of stuff going on in the building, including use of the PA system. It works. Grading policy for my class. Students will be graded pretty much on everything that they do in class on 6 different categories. Students will be graded on their weekly vocab quizzes, which will typically occur on Friday. Their vocab quizzes will account for about 20% of their grade. Students will be graded on marking period projects, which are typically 1 per marking period. Also, students will be graded on homework, which is normally 10% of their grade. I don't assign a lot of homework, but on the nights that I do assign it, it's intended to supplement what we're working on in the classroom. Homework assignments are typically completion or the beginning and the finishing of video projects that I've assigned, and those video projects are typically graded on a completion basis. I can track students in their completion of those videos. So if a student is assigned a video project, they're expected to complete the video, viewing the video from beginning to end in order to get full credit for that. In addition to that, class participation, students are graded on their participation in class, positive participation in social studies class. And finally, students are graded for their classwork. 20% of their grade will be on their classwork, how they do on group work, how they do on assignments we might work on individually during the class period. And in addition, any tests that we have, any chapter tests or unit tests, students will be graded. That will account for about 20% of their grade. I encourage students to participate in class. I realize that 7th grade students are going to be more comfortable participating openly with their peers than others, but the goal for 7th grade is to get students more comfortable at the end of the school year than they are at the beginning of the school year, participating positively in class. And with middle schoolers, it's a work in progress. And I'm patient, and I expect to see growth as we go through. But students will be expected to respond in class when called on. Students will be expected to speak in front of their peers. A lot of what we have to do with class this year will focus on rights and responsibilities and the United States Constitution. And once we start addressing that, there'll be more and more interaction with students in terms of presentations to the class and describing rights and responsibilities of being citizens. I expect students to come to class on time. I expect students to complete the work that they're assigned on time. I expect students to be respectful. I'll be respectful of them, and I will respect their rights, and I will respect their individual selves, and I expect that in return in the classroom, both toward myself and students toward their individual peers as well. If you have a need to contact me at any point during the school year, you can do that via the Google Classroom site, or you can contact me via email. My email is farleyc, Farleyc, @hoosickfallscsd.org. I usually get back to parent emails. Within a business day or within a school day, or you can call me directly at 518-686-7321, extension 2227. If I can't pick up the phone, it'll go directly to voicemail if I'm teaching. But if you call me and leave a voicemail, a red light will blink, and I'll be sure to check my messages at the end of the school day or at the beginning of the school day when I arrive. Important information will be sent home or will be sent via Google Classroom. So that should be your focal point on staying connected. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping to plan a school trip this year to Gettysburg or DC. I'm hoping to plan a school trip, which we missed out on last year due to the virus, to Washington or Gettysburg this year. I will make that information available as it becomes available to me. My fingers are crossed on that. No promises, but we missed it last year, and we would like to, as a team, investigate the possibility of resuming our overnight trip at the end of the year to Gettysburg and or Washington, D.C. So stay tuned on that. Again, my contact information, farleyc @hoosickfallscsd.org. And my phone number is I said earlier I'm patient, but it's being tested obviously right now. My phone number is 518-686-7321, extension 2227. 518-686-7321, extension 2227. I am honored to be able to teach your student this year, and please reach out if you have any questions or concerns as we move forward. And thank you for viewing our open house video, and I'll talk to you all soon.